All right. Good morning, ladies. Actually, it's not morning, it's afternoon where we are in our neck of yes.
It's morning
Tina,
for
It
me.
is, it is morning for
Uh-huh.
you in California.
Oh yeah.
I love this, right? Barbara, you're all the way in Virginia. Anitra is in Atlanta right now. Kina is in San Fran, and I'm here in Orlando. This is just really great. And, when we think about community, because that's what I want to talk about, I want to talk about the importance of community. I feel like that's what this is right now. I'm here with some of my best girlfriends, and women that I consider to be in my community. They're in my inner circle. And, you know, um, Barbara, tell me, what is it that is so important about having a community of women around you? What's the
Um,
importance of that?
oh my gosh. No matter how I'm so glad to be here with all the ladies this morning. Uh, no matter what community we're in, it's important to have people that will lift you up, that will literally pull you up sometimes when you need to be pulled up, to share resources. And we really become better because of the people around us. We
Yeah.
really do. We may have different experiences, but we have some shared thoughts, and sometimes we even go through things that we think we're all by ourselves. And there's nothing like a community. And I've said this before, and a community of women, of powerful women, is just so key to reach destiny. I think that your community should be destiny people.
I
Destiny.
agree. I so agree. So as we're giving some folks time to join here. Please type in the chat where in the world you are. We're talking about community. We're talking about growth. We're just taking a couple of minutes today to do that. And I'm here with some of my best girlfriends. As this weekend for me is really about community. It's about connecting. It's about growing. And I know that I could not and would not be here where I am at this stage in my life without being surrounded by some amazing women. Kina, I think about, our relationship and how long and wide it has spanned. And as Barbara just mentioned, sometimes we're going through things and we feel like we can't talk to someone about it. But when we're in a community of women who believe in us, it makes it that much easier. So talk about, for you, how does that show up as far as just having community where you are? Because you're all the way over there. And even though I'm here, you're all the way over there. So you have to have a community as well. Talk about
Oh,
it a little bit.
yes. I mean, first of all, I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity because I truly believe in a community of women. I've always been a strong believer of that, of just the fact that how we really need each other, and how we really are trying to strive to be at the same place in the sense of whether you're in wanting to have a family, whether you're wanting to grow in your career. I mean, we're all trying to get to that same place. And it's so important for us to just encourage each other. And as for me, living out here in California, when I moved out here 11 years ago, I didn't know anyone, not zero. And it was very challenging for me. I mean, because I would walk around and my daughter and I, she was 3, and we were like, hi. And some people were taken aback by that. They were like, okay. And it was very challenging, and I remember, reaching out and calling Debbie and crying and just be like, I don't know what's going on. And it was amazing because she just sat there and she listened to me for an hour, just blubbering and really just getting out my frustration or my anxiety. And, and then she was just like, girl, I don't know what problems are you having. You're like the most friendliest person out, that I know. And just still be you, be you and go out there and someone will connect. And I was just like, okay, thank you.
I love it.
And you know, it didn't matter. I mean, we're 3 hours apart, and you know, she was there to respond to my call, you know, and it was amazing just to have that I didn't lose my community when I moved, you know, but
Wow.
my community decided to come with me wherever I was at and meet me wherever I was at. And that's what's amazing. And, you know, if I could take a moment and just especially talk about Anitra as well. I mean, we've known each other since yeehaw days. And you know, Anitra has been there for the birth of all three of my children. And my eldest right now is going to college. And I mean, she, you know, she was just an amazing person. I mean, full-time job, you know, worked with teens and was still there to be a part of my life and help me and encourage me and tell me that I could do it when I would look up at her and say, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. You know? And I mean, it's just really encouraging that, that we've known each other for so long. And as Debbie pointed out, we're all in different parts of the world, how we can still be together and enjoy each other's company and pick up, as you know, we were talking yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think about the importance of nurturing relationships, right? It is not something that comes naturally to a lot of people. And not just nurturing any relationships, but nurturing the relationships that make you better. The ones that will call you higher than you think you can possibly be. I mean, you talk about, you know, you call and I'm listening, and the whole time that I'm listening, I'm holding a space for you, right? And that space is, you are amazing. You can do this. You are stronger than you think you are. That is the space that we need women to hold for one another. You know, Anitra, talk about because Anitra, when it comes to relationships with women, she is just amazing. Both of these women are my best friends. And we've known each other for more than 2 decades. And I think about Anitra, just the breadth, the width, the height that you go through to nurture relationships with women who are going to
I think we lost you for that last second, Debbie. But I'll go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can handle this until she comes back.
Yes.
I just lost you there for a little bit. Not sure if you can still hear me.
We can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. So talk to us, Anitra, about why is that so important, especially in our current environment.
Well, I think for me, it's interesting. A lot of people have been with the COVID climate on lockdown, as I like to say, since March. For me, I've been on lockdown since November, and it's because my mom had a stroke, and my mom lives with my husband and I. And my husband and I both work from home as well, which is a blessing. But I've had to be very careful in places that I go and things, because I don't want to put my mom in jeopardy with her health. And now, especially with COVID really being on lockdown. And we live in Birmingham, Alabama. What's been amazing is, first of all, learning about Zoom, learning about Facebook Live or Facebook Messenger video, where you can see people's faces, not just hear their voice, a phone call. And it's so encouraging because I've got friends all over the country where I can glean from, you know. And the only way I think about, I grew up in Indiana, the only way you can glean is if you plant, right? Because farmers, you have to plant something in order to reap a harvest.
That's
and
right.
I just thank God that I've been able to build relationships over these years that have given me something to glean from. And this weekend, I've been able to travel to Atlanta because I wanted to get out of town for the conference. And one of my dear friends, Shella, came all the way from Tampa to Birmingham to be at my home for the last week and a half to help with my mom. And I'm just grateful because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to leave. I would still be there, and I can sleep through the night. You know, I think about what I guess parents probably go through, and you know, with kids and stuff. And I don't have children, but my husband and I have my mom living with us, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the relationships that help encourage me that I can keep moving forward, that I can do this when I'm exhausted, and to help keep my spirits high, to encourage me spiritually. And I'm really grateful for that, because there's times when you feel like you don't even have the strength to pray, and you need people to be praying for you and with you. And so that's, community has meant the world to me, and the depth of relationships. You know, a prime example is what we just saw with Chadwick Boseman and his inner circle, you know, protecting him, being there to support him. And I thank God, because I really can say I truly believe I have a circle that's that tight. I'm grateful.
That is awesome. Debbie, are you here? Can we hear you? Can you hear us? She might be. She said to move on. She said to just keep going. I think she's having a little technical difficulty, but that's okay. A circle of communities here, right?
Yes,
that's right.
You mentioned Chadwick, and people were so amazed by that because he had been going through this for 4 years. You know, in Hollywood, you usually hear everything, you know, but he had such a loyal circle around him. And it just shows you the value of community. Even when you were talking about your mom and you were talking about your move, I just moved to West Virginia a year ago, right? From Michigan after 33 years. So brand new, didn't know anybody here. And so that community, even from Michigan, you know, has been extremely important. And so I love the idea of community, and I love the idea of community with women. Because we love and do relationships, I think, so much deeper than a lot of other people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, if I can say something,
Guys,
I think that
please move away from here with the loudness, please.
I think that, you know, women, there was a study that was done a couple of years ago, maybe 10 years back, where they talked about how women really need each other. And when a friendship dies, and sometimes it dies because, you know, people move away, and like what Anitra was talking about, you know, awesome that we have this technology now. I mean, I've been learning about Zoom myself. I was super excited that I was able to get my camera working on that laptop. You know, but Marco Polo has become my best friend. But when people move away and you lose that connection, there's something inside of a woman that we wonder why. We go, oh my gosh, you know, did I do something? Did something happen? You know, is she still living? You know, is she okay? You know, what's going on? And we have that sense of, you know, like loss, you know, and then when we reconnect again, it's amazing. We're just like, you know, and all those fears and doubts just kind of move away, and we're just so excited to see that person and to know that and remember all those things, you know, of what we went through in the past. And it's so important to hold on to that, you know, and to remember that, you know, I'm so grateful that I have a community here now in California, you know, a set of moms that our children go to school together. And so we band together and we meet together, you know, and then I have, you know, another group of people that I meet with, you know, in the church and things like that. But it's just so amazing that, you know, I have like these group of women, not only in Florida, but even back further, like in New York City, where I was born and raised. Yes. Lower East Side.
Right, New York City. I'm originally from New York.
Oh, look, now see, Barbara, we're in a community.
Oh goodness.
See how quickly that connected, Keita? I'm like,
Yes.
oh, New York, you know.
There we go. There we go.
Right.
I know.
All right, so guys, can you all hear me? I don't even know if I'm back or not.
We can hear you. You're back.
Yes, we
You're
hear
back.
you.
Wow. So you heard my little moment there with my kids.
Yes.
Look, Debbie,
Please, guys, calm down, calm
this
down.
is real talk. This is community. We're all family. And that's
Oh
the
my
beauty of it all.
goodness, this is amazing, amazing. So I'm not sure what just happened there, but I was gone for a while, and it sounds every time I came back, I can see y'all talking, and there was a great conversation going on. So I'm not sure what was said. So y'all need to bring me up into loop.
Keita and I just made the New York connection. We just made the New York connection. She mentioned New York, and I was like, oh, I was born, lived in New York, still have family in New York, and so we just made that New York connection. See, I haven't known her like I've known you, Debbie. So we're making a New York connection here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the Southern connection. After New York, my family moved to South Carolina. So hey, Anitra, Alabama, I'm here with you. I was in South Carolina, but Debbie, I just am so happy and really excited about what you're doing this weekend because, like for example, meeting Keena and Anitra. Now I have 2 additional women, and there are additional women I'll meet this weekend. Beautiful women, that I might not have met, otherwise. So. I just love this idea of connection and community. And so tell us about this weekend and our connection community.
Well, I'm so very grateful because I am surrounded by women who I think pour into me in so many different ways. Of course, Barbara, you're one of them. You're a great mentor, a great accountability partner. I just really appreciate you. Keena and Anitra they've been in my life for so long. And I remember Anitra and I last year when it was my last birthday, I thought about, okay, well, I'm going to have a big birthday this year. So I want to do something. And I was definitely planning on having a women's conference because that's always at the core of my heart of just really empowering and pouring into women. And when all of this stuff happened, I started saying, I'm not going to do this. Then I realized, but wait a minute, I am going to do this because God has put it on my heart to do, and we can do it virtually. So it's been so amazing that we have all these resources that we can use to still connect. I think about us, being together here. We're in 4 different places in the country. And on Saturday, tomorrow, can hardly believe that it's tomorrow. It's my big birthday, y'all. It's my big birthday. And I'm going to get to celebrate it with women. I looked at the attendee list, and we have women from 15 countries.
Wow.
15 different countries so far. And I didn't look today yet to see what other countries were represented there. But I'm just so amazed at what God is doing. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and you want to get on earlier than 10 a.m., I suggest that you join at 9:45. I will be with a group of women, more than this. And it's just going to be amazing. We are having the first ever Dare to Be You virtual conference. And I'm very humbled and very grateful that I get to use my God-given gifts to really make the difference in the lives of other women all over. And not only me, but all the other women that's going to be joining us, Barbara, right? Like Bridget and Robin Clancy and Anishka Johnson, Ann Deem, and Xiomara Napoleon, Dr. Shamika North. It's just really going to be amazing. And obviously, when you do something like this, it's not, no one can do this by themselves. So all of these women coming together, and even Karina Espejo, who's a lot behind the scenes, is going to be there as well. And all of these women have contributed to making this day phenomenal. So I really want to invite you all to join us, tomorrow tomorrow morning at the Dare to Be You conference. You can certainly still register. The URL is running across the screen there, and I think we probably can put it in the link. Let me see if we can put it in the link so that you all can be able to just click on that link and be able to join us tomorrow morning. From just really block out this time. It's going to be a time with real girlfriends, and you're going to hear from some phenomenal women, some amazing stories of how you can be yourself, your authentic self, and make the difference in this world. So again, it's not just about making the dollar, right? We all need the dollar. We all need to have prosperous careers and to be unstoppable in that, right? But at the end of the day, it's more than that. It's about significance. It's about, really how you are making your mark on this land. And your land is wherever you are. Your land is California. For nature, it's actually Birmingham, but you're in Atlanta today, and in Virginia. But the world has gotten smaller now with all of this, right? Yeah. So really, our land is the world. It's everywhere. I just love how in this we can be real, right? I'm a mom I'm homeschooling 4 kids, not homeschooling, but virtual schooling 4 teenagers, right? At the same time, while I'm trying to do me, and it's challenging, and the struggle is real for us all. The struggle is real. I know, Barbara, you're an empty nester. Deisha, you don't have kids at home. You and I, we're in the thick of it.
You're in the thick of it.
In the thick of it. Aside from quarantining myself into, some storage room to keep the noise out, it's amazing. It's amazing the noise filter that's going on. I'm like, stop the noise, y'all.
Oh, yes.
With a big smile on my face, like, come on now.
Oh my God. You know, Debbie, it's wonderful though, because we all go through things in life, and professionally, personally, and sometimes life happens that even is unexpected. But to have a community of women and people around you is so significant. And it does cause a lot of us to step outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes it's not comfortable for us. We're used to having our 2 or 3 and no more. But sometimes you need other people outside of that at some point in your life to actually impact your 2 and 3, And so,
absolutely.
You know what life, you really know life and friendship and love when you go through and it's like the people are there. It's not, you don't have to look around and say, who's showing up. Tina could call you and you listen to her cry about, I said hi, and these people they're not very friendly, whatever. But and I want to say, because we have people on today, I know during the watch party, my friend from Malaysia is here, and so they're from all over the world, and so Debbie, we're going to celebrate you tomorrow. We celebrate you today, but we're going to celebrate you tomorrow and really celebrate the opportunity for us to really come together. But I want to encourage people to get outside of your comfort zone, and expand your territory in terms of women. Because, like the lady said, we're in Zoom now. We can Zoom all over the world, right?
We can. We sure can.
Yeah.
And we can be more connected and be more of a community to really lift one another up, to get to the next level. I love what Simon Sinek said. He said, we achieve more when we chase the dream instead of the competition. Wow. And that's one of the things that as women, we have to rise above competing with each other
Yes.
and really help one another get to the next level and support each other in ways that only we can do. We are able, we are gifted and uniquely so to support one another in a way that a man cannot support us.
Right.
You know, I love our man. My husband was probably the first one on with this comment there. We are all married here on this line and all married to our forever husbands, and they support us in very unique ways as well. And I'm sure that we have other male figures in our lives who support us, but there is something that is amazing about the support that you can get from your sisters.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
In all the different shades that they appear in. There's something amazing about that. So I just love that. It's powerful. It's just really powerful. I love that I get to celebrate my big birthday with all of you, and I want to welcome anybody else that's watching to join us in this movement, Dare to Be movement. You know, again, I always say you have to be able to be in order for you to do, in order for you to have. Most of us, we want to have before we can be, and it doesn't work that way. There's a process to this whole thing. There really is.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a lot about that tomorrow morning. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today. And any last words, any parting words before we jump off? Anitra, yes.
So anyone that's even thinking about registering for this women's conference tomorrow need to register immediately after this, because the space is getting full. We will be sold out at maximum capacity very, very, very soon, probably today. So it's important. You don't want to miss out on this. You owe it to yourself. You really, really, really do. It's going to be special. And the panel is very diverse. Women of several colors and nationalities, women from different countries are in the panel of speakers. And I just want to encourage you, do not sit on this. You will regret missing it, because it's going to be amazing. And there will be more in the future.
Thank you, Anitra. Well, you see why we're best friends?
Well said, my sister. Well said.
I'm surrounding myself with a community of women that believe in me and who I believe in. I believe in each and every one of you, and I'm just so honored to be in existence at the same time as you on this earth. So thank you guys so much. Hey, Eric, thank you for joining us and for commenting. You're amazing, Eric. And we also had Fabienne on. I don't know if you guys saw that, Fabienne Brutus. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
We all know Fabienne. Fabienne, you need to join us tomorrow. Please.
Yes, Fabienne.
We're looking forward to seeing you. Hey, Michelle. Michelle is going to be on tomorrow as well.
Michelle DeCambry.
Yeah, she'll be there tomorrow too. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you. Eric, please send some of your powerhouse women our way. Let them know that they don't want to miss this. We also have Van Smith. Hey, Van, how are you? Invite the women in your life to join us tomorrow as well. And again, as Anitra said, you have to register quickly here. We only have a couple more seats that's available for purchase. So please do come and join us. Yes. All right.
That's awesome.
Okay, guys, I'm just excited and overflowing with joy for tomorrow. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Can I say something to the men?
Please.
To the men, just like Anitra said, register for your wife or for your sister or for your niece. Allowing and having women in your life that have this time set aside for themselves makes us better and makes us bigger, and it allows us to contribute to your lives in such a big way. So to all the men out there, when you hear the video, you hear women's conference, but I want you to think about all the women in your life that you love and go out and give them a registration. You pay for the registration.
Right.
Get them registered to be here tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Okay. So, we have one of my little me's here. Say hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Beautiful.
Hey.
So beautiful.
Yeah, this is my little me. She'll be at
I'm
my
actually your oldest kid.
yes, the oldest one.
They always remind you. You know, right, girl? They always remind you. I'm the oldest. I'm the youngest.
Yeah, so all the women, my little women will be there tomorrow. So we want you to invite your teenagers, let them be a part of this, sit down and participate with them, with you. This is not just about the adults, you know. I think it's important that we start feeding into and pouring into the younger generation as quickly as possible.
Oh, yes.
They're growing up to be phenomenal women, and that starts when they're very, very young. So I'm so excited again. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good day.
Love you.
Guys, let's continue daring to be you.
Yes.
Bye, ladies.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.